Hi guys, Kaze here. Welcome back. We're back with chapter 3 with Masamune Date. I keep calling him Dada. It's one of my posts. I keep spelling it wrong. I was like, no, it's Date, not Data. And yeah. Anyway. Alright, so let's see. Summary. Turns out father caught wind that I said I would like Masamune to be like an elder brother for me. Because I think we would all, me and Yukimura would have been better off with that, but apparently someone was eavesdropping on us and reported it to Nobunaga father. So yeah, we got scolded for that. We were trying to find out if Masamune might be affected, but considering the rumors currently going around, we thought it'd be best not to bother him. So we didn't really see too terribly much of Masamune in the last chapter. I mean, a little bit of archery practice, but that was about it. Anyway, let's see what happens next. The next chapter is Unlimited Alchemist. I don't know if I flipped myself or what. I don't remember. Anyway, sorry. Let's continue on with our story. It was the day after I had eavesdropped on Masamune's fight. I peered into the courtyard and saw Masamune with a sour look on his face. There were other vassals gathered around as well, but only he looked up. Shout out to him or just keep silent? I'm just shout out to him. Like, hey, Masamune? Princess. After I'd spoken, the other vassals looked up as well. Masamune started walking toward me, but he didn't look very happy. About today's practice. He was trying to cancel it. I guessed what was going on after he looked at his face. I was sure the situation with the other vassal would worsen if he continued to help me. You see, you're just in time. I came to talk to you about that. I had beaten Masamune to the punch. I'm going to stop practicing archery. Princess? Oh, I almost clicked that. I've grown tired of it, or thank you for helping me until today. And yeah, I'm just gonna think him. I'm not gonna say I'm grown tired of it now. Just that, yeah, thank you for helping. Thank you for helping me until today. I turned around to leave. Princess, wait. Masamune called out to me with a sour look on his face. Will you please change your sour look if you're gonna call out to me? You were so happy shooting arrows. What happened? Tell me your reason why. If possible, I didn't want to say too much, but I didn't have a choice. I don't like archery anymore. It hurts my hands and it will just make my arms bigger. I have had enough of it. That's why I'm quitting. Masamune's eyebrows didn't move an inch as he watched me. I averted my eyes. I apologize for wasting your time up until now. No, that's fine, but I didn't wait for him to finish speaking and left. Maybe that wasn't what he was going to say. He seemed kind of confused. I don't know. It was frustrating. I was so upset. I felt like crying. Amidst my stressful circumstances, doing archery with Masamune had been genuinely fun. When I aimed at the target, I honed my thoughts. I had felt like my body had become lighter. Nevertheless, even in that situation, I had been causing him trouble. I had to stop being selfish. Still, I finally felt like I found something I could do. That night, I was so frustrated I couldn't get any sleep. It worked for me since I had a real yawn. I had a real yawn until I used it. In the end, I hadn't slept, and it slowly became morning. There was nothing I could do about it. I gave up and dressed myself before the maids woke up. I then left my room. The castle was silent before daybreak. I was sure people were awake in the kitchen and in the maids' rooms, but I didn't see anyone out. Oh! I approached the courtyard and a lone target came into sight. I looked around and didn't see anyone else. I quickly went back and returned with a bow in hand. That was right. I could continue practicing even if Masamune didn't teach me anymore. No one had stopped me from shooting arrows. Truthfully, I did want someone to teach me. I tensed up my navel and straightened myself out. I aimed at the target, pulling the bowstring back and let go. However, I missed the target by a little bit, and the arrow pierced a haystack. That's right. He told me to calm down. Calm down and aim at the target for now. Masamune's words echoed in my mind. I concentrated my breathing and aimed for the target. Once I had forgotten about my breathing and my mind had sharpened, I let the arrow fly. I don't know. I can't make the sound. The arrow had made a nice sound and was right on the bullseye. I did it! As I took a breather, I heard a deep voice. Magnificent. Before I knew it, Masamune was standing on the veranda. How long were you watching? Since you readied your bow. You should have said something. You scared me. I thought it would disturb you, so I didn't say anything and just watched. Masamune calmly smiled. I'm relieved. It looks like you didn't dislike archery after all. I had a feeling he had seen through my shoddy lie. I felt awkward. When I tried to change the subject, I saw the food Masamune had been carrying. What's up with that food? Why don't you have it? I made this. I thought I would give it to Prince Yukimura. Oh. Reached over without thinking, look at the food a little closer. There was a clear soup with peppers, broiled shellfish, and an array of complex dishes. Did you make all of this, Masamune? I did. He sounded proud of himself. Well, I'm going to praise him. He made it all himself. That's good. Oh, how amazing. You're really good at cooking, huh, Masamune? Once the war for the demons fades, I'll make the stuff for you, too. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Is this salmon? Is this abalone, right? This minced seafood looks delicious. Mince? Cut up? If you mock me any further, I'll cut you up and serve you a plate, you hams. My face became stiff. No, it couldn't be. It couldn't. What if one of the vases went missing? What? Yes, I totally cooked. He cooked one of the people. That's totally what happened. What in the world? Is something wrong with the minced fish? Some of the ingredients. What the fuck? Oh my god, he ate one of the vessels. No. Weird. Don't ask him about the ingredients. It's just weird. I panicked and shook my head. No, it's nothing. More importantly, if you don't go soon, the food will get cold. Right. Masamune nodded and started walking away. He suddenly stopped. Oh, Princess. Yes? It's really made for mackerel, not a human being. Don't worry. He knew. And just like that, Masamune walked off. Was I imagining things, or had he smiled? Jeez. Maybe he had realized I'd been eavesdropping on this fight. So Masamune was a jerk. He did that just to tease me. I heard someone chuckling, but I didn't see anyone in sight. I swear, Masamune is such a jerk. Who's there? Where are you? Speak a little softer. What have you caused an uproar? Kotaro appeared in front of me as he spoke. Where in the world did you come from? From above the ceiling. Kotaro pointed to the ceiling. The night sky was so pretty last night. I fell asleep while looking at it. One thing led to another, and I saw you practicing with bow and arrow. I let out a long sigh. I said to Masamune, and I'll say it to you, why did you say anything? That's because I didn't want to make him jealous, of course. Kotaro had a mischievous expression on his face. If a military commander like Masamune had become jealous, I don't know what would have happened. You know that Masamune's situation has gotten worse, right? Yes, of course. It is my job as a ninja to know about these things. Kotaro looked satisfied as we glared at each other. I don't want to think this, but did you tell Nobunaga, father, about what I said to Masamune? Was it you who had told him? Kotaro raised an eyebrow as if he was teasing me. Oh my, are you suspicious of me, princess? No, not exactly. Sorry for asking a strange question. I inferred from his tone that Kotaro wasn't the type of guy to do that kind of thing. I don't like people who tattle. I thought so. However, I wouldn't hesitate to report things about someone I disliked. Kotaro suddenly lowered his voice. Do you know about the man who had been threatened to be cut up said? Huh? I got pulled in and lowered my voice too. Do you know? At that time, I'd snuck into the barracks and had been drinking liquor. Don't you want to hear what happened? Kotaro's attitude suddenly changed. He stared at my face. I nodded without thinking. Then take a seat for this one. Kotaro sat on the veranda and patted the floor next to him as a sign for me to sit too. He had suddenly become overly familiar. I thought that, but I couldn't gain something about losing something. What? I thought that, but I couldn't gain something without losing something. I sat next to Kotaro. Well then, where should I start? It looks like he's like a weird face. Sorry. His lips, it looks so weird. Okay, Kotaro looked up at the sky and nodded. First of all, everyone had been drinking. Do you drink, Princess? No. Then you may not know this, but some people change when they drink alcohol. I'm going to talk about people like that, so keep that in mind. I understand, so go on. That night, many people had been drunk. They had picked a fight with Masamune. They had sour looks on their faces and taunted him for cooking like a woman. Oh my. Made me mad just hearing that because I knew how obsessive Masamune was over food. But no matter what they said about him, Masamune acted like it didn't concern him. It had looked like he couldn't contain himself when they had spoken ill of you, Princess. Ill of me? What did they say? You want to know? I thought about it for a minute. If I didn't know, I wouldn't feel right, like something was stuck in my throat. I see. But what should I do? Their words weren't pleasant, you know. Don't worry about it. Even if you say that. Kotaro groaned endlessly. Oh, come on, how tedious. Just tell me already. I ordered him to do so, and Kotaro shrugged. He looked away from me. Well, basically, they asked if he was done with you and how it felt. Stuff like that. In the end, they started saying his replacement for your fiancé. Excuse me? Kotaro had a wry smile on his face. Well, if you don't understand, that's fine. I slapped the floor with the palm of my hand. I understood. It was just disgusted at how vulgar they can be. I see. Sorry about that. I underestimated you. Jeez. When it came to men, I couldn't let my guard down. I conceded if you went easy on them. That's why Masamune had gotten angry, right? Yeah. Until he had been sitting cross-legged, drinking without a care in the world. When he suddenly stood up and had grabbed the man by his collar, he threatened to cut him up. That was when I had gone to see him. I think that was supposed to be me. Whoops. And there you have it. I'm sure they were stressed out. The war with the demons has dragged on after all. You might be right. It's Masamune's fault for letting them their drinking party, thinking it would help them relax. Well, open your heart. Forgive them. No, I won't forgive them. I spoke frankly, and Kotaro's eyebrows lowered. Hey now, but I will pretend I never heard about it. Oh. I know they wouldn't have had enough guts to say those things if I was present. It would have been a waste of time speaking to each and every one of them. Plus, Masamune had scolded them in my stead. When I thought about it like that, I felt better inside. Oh, that's right. It might be best if you told Masamune to be careful with his drinking. Oh? Why? Wasn't Masamune in a bad mood the day after you had quit practicing archery? Yeah, more of his response had been half-hearted. That wasn't because he had been in a bad mood. It was because he had a hangover. Uh-huh? That's why he tried to tell you he wanted a break from training you for one day. I'm sure he thought he couldn't teach you while he reeked of alcohol. So that's what had happened. I was relieved after hearing that. I thought he had hated me for making him feel ashamed, but he'd been worried about me. And about your archery practice? Yes? You should do what feels right. Huh? I looked over Kotaro and he was looking at the sky with transparent eyes. If you went through the same thing Masamune did, you'd lose it too, right? That's why you said those things. Right. You might be right. If you separated with Masamune for a stupid reason like that, I think those guys get carried away again. He was right. If I see him tattling on them, the same thing might happen again. That's true. I nodded. If I don't have anything to feel guilty about, I shouldn't have to feel ashamed. Yeah, that's what I meant. You're a much better person than I thought, Kotaro. In any case, I'd only seen him bowing with a daft smile on his face during our first meeting. To be honest, I didn't think he'd be the type of person to get advice from. Well, I don't know about that. Kotaro smiled as if he were teasing me. If Masamune gave up in low spirits, that might have caused me trouble. Trouble? What would? Actually, I made a bet. A bet on what? Oh, who the princess would end up marrying. Excuse me? Right now, Masamune is a dark horse. If he doesn't win, I'd be in trouble. What did you say? As soon as I raised my fist, Kotaro nimbly went on top of the roof. You jerk, get down here, Kotaro. I can't mince you up if you go up over there. Oh, I was scared. I expect no less from Masamune's pupil. I'll get eaten if I go down. Kotaro climbed down the roof. Say, princess. What? Masamune isn't a simple guy who would get carried away after getting close to you. He isn't the type of guy to get disheartened with people's words. Don't worry about it too much. You're right. Masamune had said he didn't care if people looked down at him after all. On the other hand, worrying too much about him might incur his wrath. Thanks, Kotaro. You really are a nice guy. Kotaro didn't reply. In the afternoon, I looked into the courtyard and saw the vassals training vigilantly. Amongst them was Masamune, of course. I took a deep breath and called out to him. Masamune, please teach me. Masamune's eyes were wide open. Didn't you say you had to quit? Didn't you say you had quit? I decided to quit quitting. If I slack off, I won't be able to go up against the demon. I went down to the courtyard and got my knees. I was over the vassals watching us. Does anyone here find our relationship suspicious or suspect him of Does anyone here find our relationship suspicious or suspect him of treason? Some of the vassals' shoulders swayed. I took a deep breath and glared at them, then spoke from my chest. That is an insult upon my household. I deem anyone who thinks that way a traitor. Got it? The next time I hear something like that, I'll mince you up and serve you on a plate. Yes, princess. I was satisfied as they bowed down to me. I thought of something and looked at Masamune. Oh, I'll leave the mincing to you, Masamune. I've never cooked before. Masamune smiled broadly. Oh. Masamune smiled broadly. Then shall I teach you my secret recipe? It doesn't sound bad at all. As I smiled as well, I was happy, and it felt great. Yay! Alright, there ends Chapter 3 with Masamune. Ooh, we got 39% likability. Not bad. Alright, so... Oh, yeah, that wasn't bad. We've taken care of those dreadful vassals that spoke ill of us. But now we're all good and golden again, so we'll see what happens in the next chapter, chapter 4. Alright, and I'll see you guys later. If you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to hit the like button down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys. Later.